So I'm starting the video at this point, but what you don't know is that before this there was a solid 7 minute gap where I just sat and not a voice came out of my mouth. I could not just begin, but ठीक है, चलो, here we go. So when I recorded the second video a few days back, I immediately felt that there were a lot of things which I wanted to say which I did not say, and there were a couple of things which I wanted to say differently. So I sat down and I went for a second take. But the moment I started rolling, the moment I sat down, I began talking. Within, I think, the first 10 seconds of me talking again, it just felt unnatural and I stopped. So I feel great about the fact that I feel great that I'm not doing retakes on this. Whatever is coming to my mind on the first go is what you get to see. And I believe that's helping lend to the authenticity of and the realness of what I'm trying to do. So, yeah, me. So, yeah, what I want to talk about based on that today is articulation, right? Why I wanted to record it a second time, because when I was thinking about talking about the things that I spoken in the second video, I wanted to talk about them a lot differently. There were ways in which I wanted to explain what was going on in my head a lot better, but I just could not. And I feel that even today, like, I've written down a couple of things here, and I know that what's coming out of my mouth right now isn't exactly what I had thought before shooting this. And my thoughts were a lot more structured. I thought I'll say something in a particular fashion. I can't remember that anymore. But yeah, man, I feel that this is something that I face so often. I think you also might face this in certain situations now, like when, say, you're in an argument with someone, when you are really overwhelmed in that argument. Some people take to crying, some people take to shouting, some people do not know what to say. It's a combination of a lot of things. You can't articulate what is going on in your mind. That's why it's a very common saying, it's a very common joke that when you think about what you could have said in an argument 2 years ago, right? It's not something that comes to your head immediately. If we talk about an argument, or it happened to me recently. I bumped into this attractive woman at the gym, and I can be a lot cooler than I was, man. I don't think I was too good at expressing things. I don't feel I was too great at being me. I felt a little overwhelmed. I felt I was a little clenched like that when I was talking. And yeah, my behavior came off as something which is not necessarily me. I'm not saying it was weird or anything. I wasn't behaving like a creep, but no, you know what I mean, right? I really hope you're understanding what I mean. Uh, Besides that, articulation is a problem I face in other places also, where talking to people for the first time, say someone who I feel slightly intimidated by. I mean, my brother, like Mohit Bhaiya, who I have known for the last 25 years of my life till today, when I have conversations with him, I feel that I realize हम ऐसे बात करता हूँ उनसे. There is no, I'm not relaxed while talking to him, because I look up to him. I'm intimidated by him, and I feel that's a governing factor in not deciding, in shaping how I talk to him. And that it's not just with him, it's with anybody I feel intimidated by, anybody I look up to, anybody who I feel is better than me in any way. I don't know how to fix that problem. I've been trying really hard to, but I just don't know how to fix that problem. And now that I'm talking, I realize that this video also might be pretty long compared to the last two videos that I've put out. So if you're still watching, thank you. I really appreciate you, and I hope I'm not boring you with unnecessary details which I'm not able to again articulate. It's ironic. I want to talk about articulation, but I'm not being able to articulate what I want to talk about. But yeah, I mean, I guess you also face this problem, right? If you can tell me how to work on this, if you can tell me what can I do to fix it, or if there is anything that can be done to work on this. It doesn't happen with everybody. I know for a fact it doesn't happen with everybody. Like when I'm talking to everybody, it's with a very select few people. Like when I'm talking to my mom, I don't behave like that. When I'm talking to a few of my friends, I don't behave like that. But when I'm talking to another few of my friends, I do behave like that. Like I said, when I talk to my brother, I behave like that. When I talk to someone new who I feel intimidated by, I behave like that. And I'm hoping it's a common thing, but even if it's not common, it's fine. I mean, I just have to find a way to work on this thing. And yeah, man, articulate.